Let's speak to an energy. You know, your desire to be liked, to be loved, to be held, to be recognized without spiritual sovereignty, without emotional sovereignty, without understanding of self, without loving self first, without serving self first, without holding space for self first, puts you in a position to befriend, to create family out of your abusers. Do you understand? Sometimes, sometimes we get so lonely and it looks so dark and we feel like no one understands us. We're the black sheep of the family or the black sheep of our friendship group. And because of that, because we don't want to sit in silence or we don't want to access the still point because that silence is so loud, there's information in that silence. Instead, we bury ourselves, we push our soul away, we push our spirit away, and we call forth the people that we are telling ourselves we need to serve. Imagine being abused mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually for so many years. Imagine that for so many years and never having the awareness to know that the very person that is doing this to you is the person that you call best friend, that you call your sister, that you call your twin. That is not your family. That is your warden. Do you understand? They are the container that contain you. Because they would never tell you that, hey, what you're doing is weird. You're serving me too much. They would never tell you that because they benefit from you not knowing who the hell you are. They benefit from you being desperate because you're so lonely. You want touch. You want understanding. You don't want to honor the waiting room that God has put you in. You don't want to take time to research yourself. And if you just took a moment to look outside yourself in the still point, the point of stillness, you'll see that everyone around you is benefiting from your gift. See, I told you all this a while ago. You will be prosecuted through your gift until you recognize that it is your divine gift. So many of you, I was one of these people, are here to help. Not just, hey, here's $5 and that's helpful too. I'm talking about people who come on your path because you are in fact the answer to their next decision that creates the path of divine alignment for them. You are the angel that they prayed for. Do you understand? But how can you serve your purpose? How can you hear God clearly when you have bonded with your abuser? You see, most people have only really learned how to love through abuse. We just repackage the language of abuse. For example, submissiveness, to be submissive, is a wonderful quality, they say. Submissiveness is what nurture nations, is what they say. But what type of submissiveness are they speaking about? They're talking about bondage. Bondage means no freedom, no movement, no motion. Bondage means that you don't think for yourself. So to be submissive is to be submissive to self, is to look in the mirror and say, I have been serving this role where I've been desperate, where I needed, or so I thought, these people around me to tell me that I am great. These people around me that I have to perform for 24/7. Because if I stop performing, if I take the costume off, if I take the mask off, there's going to be a different conversation. These people will see me. And what will happen then? Will they stay around or will they leave you? We have to find a way to be okay with being alone. We have to find a way with being okay with sitting in silence. And even more important, right now, we have to do an internal investigation, immediately followed by an external investigation, to see where you are draining energy, to see where you are performing where you should not be performing, to see where, if I stop pouring into this cup, if I stop calling these people, will they give me a call back? You, these people that I speak of, who are so desperate to be seen, to be loved, and be cared for, are probably not even recognizing that when you ask, which you rarely do, but when you do ask, you don't pay attention at the speed in which people are delivering the things that you've requested from them. But you look at their other friends, look at their other family members, when they ask for something, they receive it almost instantaneously. I wonder why that is. Because your desperation makes you appear to be docile. It makes you appear to be a non-chaotic being. And we know that people who are beings of peace, people who bring forth nurturing energy, stillness, and understanding are usually forgotten about because you don't make enough noise. Do you understand? Look at your life today on this beautiful Valentine's Day and see where you have allowed the abuse to perpetuate throughout all chapters of your life. Abuse comes in many forms. The first form of abuse against self is going against self. Is to continue to be in relationships that don't serve you, relationships that only care about if you're showing up in service. Imagine offering your hands and your feet to your capturer. Imagine that. Imagine that your desperation puts you in modern day slavery. Imagine that. Most friendships are built off this. At least they were. But imagine if you are in a friendship where you're actually captured. I know why the caged bird sings. Do you understand? Hear me. Please hear me as I say this. This is so important. I'm not speaking just out of nowhere. I'm speaking from lived experience. I'm speaking from the energies around me in my own family, the things that I notice, the willingness to sign up for abuse. You can feel in your spirit that people do not like you. You can feel in your soul that they only use you, that they only call you when they need something. Maybe you are their Google and you think that, oh man, I feel so great, I helped this person, but this person is draining you. They require everything from you and you require nothing from them. This is the time where we are in deep soul contract evaluations around the archetype, the energy, the being, the character we are playing, particularly in relationships. Do you understand? I really want this message to land with you all because I've been seeing so many people forego their own intuition just to help someone else. I have seen so many people answer the phone for people who never give them a call. I have seen people create care packages for people who never even gave them a call and say, hey, I hope you feel well when you're sick. This is about reciprocity. You're being drained. You're not nourished. This is your permission to leave those relationships today. I want you to sit down today and look at this. No conversations. You don't have to explain anything to anybody. Your work is done. Your contract is completed within those relationships. You don't have to sit down and have this final conversation. I actually think that is one of the greatest myths, that you need to sit down and have this closing conversation. The only closing you need to have is with spirit. You go into your internal world and you say, this I determined, I said that this contract is over with. And then you stop engaging, my love. But you must stop loving your capturer. You must stop loving your abuser. You must stop loving the person that is dominating your entire life. You must stop that. You are greater than. And God loves you. But you must wake up. And may this find you well, and may this wake you up. I love you. Happy Valentine's Day.